not working?
Oh, there's Mikey. Aww. Rachel, go tell a bunch of them they're listening. Why, you can't see? No. She's in the way? Yeah. Well, you tell her. Oh, God, I'm going to get that. That's Alice. Casey, not for a while. Just tell her to move to the left. Now Rachel's in there. Wow. Well, she's not filming. Rachel, I got a good picture of you. They're on the jeans. Oh. I hate playing
You see Dennis?
Blondie standing up.
They're on the S's now.
Go, yeah, Casey.
What, Risty?
Yeah. Oh, that's mean.
Look at Brandon all squished up in a tie.
Go, Casey.
Where is she?
Rachel, come down there with me. Go around.
Put your right hand over your heart and ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Good morning, Mr. Peterman, Mr. Beck, Mrs. Gomer, parents, teachers, and my fellow graduating parents. I am proud to say that the Rebels of Columbus Junior High will be graduating successfully and leaving this school today, but not forever. We are all proud that we accomplished this year happily and readily, and I enjoyed very much representing this school as student body president. And I know very much that the next president next year, Tamara Taylor, will enjoy very much representing this school. I know that everyone that's on this stage today has a lot of good and bad memories of this school, and it will always be a memory, not just a thought for today. Thank you, Mrs. Dees, Mr. Beck, Mr. Peterman, and all the teachers, and my mom for not just being a mother, but a best friend. And thank you, my family for always being there when I needed you. Thank you, leadership, for always being there when I needed you through all the elections and everything, and thank you all.
teachers, parents, and fellow graduates. Good morning. Cigarettes kill thousands of people each and every year, about 120 every day. This is my cause. Why? Because I care about my fellow human beings. All those people dying, and for what? They want to suck smoke in and out their lungs through a rolled up piece of tobacco-filled paper? It really sounds silly, doesn't it? Well, it is. The Surgeon General of the United States has seen fit to put strong warnings on all cigarette packages to try to convince people that they're endangering their lives. Yet many people continue to ignore these warnings. Caution. Cigarette smoking is hazardous to your health is really an understatement. Smoking not only causes lung cancer, but it can cause cancer to the mouth, the tongue, also birth defects and pregnancy problems for smoking mothers. If only more smokers would look at quitting as a challenge, instead of some impossible chore. When a smoker quits and then gives up and begins smoking again, he's actually losing one of the most important battles of his life. The battle for his life. And he's losing that battle to a small bunch of dried up leaves. When you think of it that way, smoking is really a stupid thing to do. Today there are many young people who start to smoke, not realizing how much it is hurting them, not realizing how much it is hurting them. If I could succeed at a cause, I would want it to be to convince people, young and old, that the single most important thing a smoker can do is quit. And the single most important thing a kid can do is never start. Thank you.
Columbus Junior High, we who are about to graduate salute you.
It was September 1985, first day of junior high. My mother dropped me off to the curb. I walked with friends.
I rode my bike.
I was so scared.
I thought everyone hated me.
Particularly the teachers. Mean, man. I mean, those teachers are they feel a true sense of shame. And when they are ecstatic, you can see the twinkle in their innocent eyes. Their place is that of no deceit or lies. Naive? Maybe. But in a world where all is treated fair and where all gets an equal share. Their devoted love for nature and God's creation will never cease. For unlike us, they live in an undisturbed world of peace. Mr. Peterman, faculty members, parents, and fellow graduates, as a rebel with a cause, I am here today to discuss a very serious matter, animal mistreatment. A young child's eyes light up in amazement when they see a wild or domesticated animal. These creatures are, too, a creation of God. Why shouldn't they be admired? Why is it they are so often mistreated and misjustified? Why are the bulls in Spain killed slowly and brutally right before a tourist's eyes? I ask you, is killing an animal really entertainment? Is seeing an animal fall down in a puddle of its own cold blood really amusement? Or just plain cruel and reckless? I am a rebel against animal slaughter and animal cruelty. You too should realize this and rebel against it. Let us all join together and fight this horrifying practice. Cruel? Words mutilate them like the stab of a sharp knife, and they feel it. Yes, this form of lower life. Thank you.
My parents always taught me to respect myself, to love this country we are now in. Because if we're not for this new home we have, we'd have to live under a harsh rule of a communist party. You see, as an infant, I immigrated here from Vietnam, a country torn by war, a land I do not remember because of my young age. Good morning, parents, faculty members, and students. We are gathered here on the campus of Christopher Columbus Junior High School to commemorate this day. Today, we make an important step from the stage of adolescence to young adulthood. Today, we graduate from junior high school. As we exit through these Columbus gates, we take with us not only cherished memories of friends, teachers, and fond experiences, but we take with us a cause in life, a cause we all must try to fulfill. My cause as a rebel is to change the attitudes of many people, attitudes such as stereotyping and racism. These must be abolished to make this country better, brighter, so future generations can profit by this example. If the inner hatred towards each other persists, the all-important word, trust, is lost. And without trust, democracy cannot function properly. And without democracy, all is lost. I chose this cause because I may never see my native country, which saddens me at times. And I do not wish any future child ever to feel the pain of a lost homeland as I did. But it shall inevitably happen if nothing is done about it. We are the class of the rebels, named not only for the celebration of the bicentennial of the Constitution, but we rebels are now free from the burden of childhood. We will prove to our parents and teachers that we are ready to accept any responsibility that title offers. And today, as we graduate from Columbus, I greatly feel that we have proven ourselves beyond a doubt that we are ready. Thank you.
And for the other assistant principal, Mrs. Barbara Gomer, to present two awards to the highest academic averages of this class. Students with the highest academic averages are Young Julie. Would you come forward? She's already up here, our student vice president. And Tai Wen Nguyen. Young Julie achieved a grade point average of 3.91 out of a possible 4.0. achieved a grade point average of 3.89 out of a possible 4.0. Congratulations to those students.
We are very proud of the class of 1988. The Rebels of 88 have been involved in many activities over the past year. We began with our Welcome Back dance, which was followed by a rousing Halloween dress-up day. Our costume parade for the judges is always one of our highlights. Our student council officers participated in a leadership conference at Mulholland Junior High School with juniors high schools from all over the region. Both of our holiday dances were well attended, and we had a twin day, which was another dress-up day, which brought many imaginative twins, and triplets, and quadruplets, and septuplets, and on and on and on. The spring semester has included a student-to-student camping trip for the leadership and yearbook classes, and we spent a fun-filled day at Magic Mountain. Our bicentennial celebration for the Constitution was a wonderful, wonderful program. Our pentathlon and May Day participants, mass May Day participants, worked very hard this year. The spring production of Up Down Staircase was very enjoyable, put on by our outstanding drama, orchestra, and choir classes. One of our most successful events was our book sale, held for 1 week in our library. We've had many fond memories this year. Many of them have been preserved in our outstanding Rebel yearbook. We still have a few for sale at the student store. Don't forget your memories. It has been a good year. I have worked with our fine leadership class, and my thanks to you for all your hard work. It is now my pleasure to introduce the graduating class of 1988.
Thank you. Please be seated. Let's hear it for the graduation speakers. Weren't they wonderful? By the way, I don't smoke, I love animals, and I love my country.
Rachel, I'm sorry.
If you look at your program with me just a moment, one of our students was tragically taken from us this year. Let me read with you. In memoriam, Sandra L. Garcia, 1973 to 1988. Sandra Garcia was a friendly, happy student at Columbus Junior High School. We all are saddened by her tragic loss. Words cannot express the loss we feel for Sandra. Her kindness and warmth will long be remembered at Columbus Junior High School. Please join me in a minute of silence in honor of one of our 8th grade students. Mr. Morgan is here today. I don't know exactly where, but I want to welcome him. Mr. Morgan, thank you for coming. Also, Mrs. Green is here. Where's our lovely Mrs. Green? Over here? Right here. Terrific people. Good morning. Welcome to our graduation for 1988. I'm Mr. Peterman. It's my pleasure to be the principal of Columbus Junior High School. This morning, I want to talk to you just for a few minutes about people. People are the heart and soul of our school. People make our school work. People make programs. People make test scores. People make dreams possible. And people make education. Parents are people, and we have the very best. This year, one of our wonderful parent groups was led by Carol Fiorino, president of our PTSA. She's been assisted by Donna Sachs as program chairman, Debbie Nagy, president-elect, Sue Magnuson, our Ways and Means Committee Nancy Scholl, Linda Maiden, Hospitality, and Corresponding Secretary Robin Ray. Recording Secretary was Susan Duffield. And our historian was Bonnie Adams. Student members were Debbie Chow, Carol Farhood, Allison Sachs, Christina Fiorino, and Devana Kiavorabu. In our bilingual, bicultural parent group, we had Mr. Martinez as our president until he moved, and then Mr. Aguilar assumed that role. For 2 years in a row, he helped us. We appreciate their help for the balance of the school year. Our wonderful PTSA, led by Mrs. Fiorino, had this year, for the first time in my 15 years at Columbus, 100% membership from our parents. And they planned and assisted with numerous activities during our school year. All of these activities led our PTSA to be given the award for the best Valley West PTSA unit. And also we received first place in 31st District for the entire San Fernando Valley. This is an outstanding achievement. We were in competition with 16 high schools and 28 junior high schools, and we were selected the very best. Would Mrs. Carol Fiorino please stand? Thank you, Carol. Teachers are people. And I would like to mention some of the teachers who have assumed a leadership role in our school. First, we have our department chairperson, Mrs. Deese in math, who you've already met, Mr. Stitt in science, Mrs. Sanchez in social studies, Mrs. Acker in our ESL department, and in special education, Mrs. Hallam, and Mr. Ferris in English. Let's give them a warm round of applause. I might also mention the book fair because it was an outstanding achievement. Mr. Ferris and Mrs. Danielson, our lovely librarian, had an outstanding time in there. We had over 1,100 students purchase books, and the school gained over $900 worth of books for our library. All these people have contributed to our educational program here at Columbus, and their hard efforts have produced higher test scores for our school for the last 3 years. On the CTVS test score, we were up about 3 points. On the CAP test score, which we've only gotten back to the essay portion so far, we were the 13th highest out of 75 junior high schools. Our scores went up over 6 points this year, and I want to congratulate the staff and all the teachers and everyone else at school who made this so possible. We've had many special programs this year. One of these programs was the DARE program. I want to thank Mrs. Martin and Officer Alan Green, who assisted us with the DARE to Say No to Drugs program. Mrs. Martin and Officer Green are the greatest. Mrs. Martin, by the way, was the recipient of the PTSA Award Service Above Self, as was Miss Donna Sachs. And I want to congratulate both of them because they really do deserve it. Let's give those two a great big round of applause. Also, another program that's special to my heart is the Young Authors Program, led by Mrs. Pinkstaff. She coordinated and worked with over 200 students who contributed writings and books, 50 of which were chosen to be presented at the Region E Arts Festival. I'm very proud of this program, and we'll continue this next year. In our SB 65 student attendance program, Mrs. Lee was able to improve student attendance and academic achievement for over 100 students in our school who were specially chosen for this event. In the tutorial program, was coordinated by Mrs. Dobbs. Although few in number, they did improve student activities and student achievement. In the gifted program, Mrs. Wickham taught, coordinated, and sponsored our Prometheans. She did an outstanding STAR program for each one of our students who achieved a grade point average of B or above. Over 300 students were involved in this program, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And they received their stars at a meeting last week in the library. It was so crowded you could hardly get in the library. Another special program was our beautiful yearbook. It was again produced by Mrs. Newton and her class, and we have sold over 520 of these books so far. They are truly beautiful. And as Mrs. D said, we do have a few on sale still in the student store. Two other outstanding teachers were Mrs. Esters and Mrs. Quintrall, who coached our academic pentathlon team, and they will coach again next year. These students were, please rise, this is our academic pentathlon team that competed in the city finals. Lala Niazi, Juan Pham, and Joy Bauer, Christina Ricardo, Travis Thomas, and Stephanie Sung. Won't you please give them a warm round of applause? Academic pentathlon. Thank you. These students worked before school, during lunch, after school, and at home as they prepared for the citywide academic pentathlon team program. Also, Mrs. Esther's coached our math day team. These are the members of our math day. Would they please stand? Juan Pham, Jason Osner, and Scott Mann. Would they please stand? This is our math day team. We appreciate your efforts. I hope it does you good stead in high school. Miss Holborn and her wonderful art class should also be mentioned for their hard work over the entire year, and especially during our Region E Arts Festival. Special thanks also to Merle Cunnington for his outstanding work this year with the bicentennial of the Constitution of the United States. Mrs. Deeth, our leadership sponsor, who we heard a few minutes ago, is to be recognized for her wonderful spirit and this wonderful year of school activities. Mrs. Deeth, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Here again, we have some of the best in our leadership class that I've ever worked with. Our president, Lakeisha Milner, has represented our school with her warm and friendly personality. I bet that's her mother, right? Okay. As vice president, we had the talented young Ju Lee, who you met earlier. As our secretary, we had Ji Run Sun. And as our wonderful treasurer, Alicia Powell. Please stand and deserve a little round of applause there. In addition to these wonderful student body officers, over 300 students were recognized last week in our 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade award assembly. We had awards in all categories and recognized student achievement for the academic year of 1978-88. The top award was the Outstanding Scholarship Award, and I want to call the names of these students. These kids had 3.6 or better grade average. 3.6 or better. Kind of reminds me of my days in high school. Please hold your applause. There's going to be a long list. Titania Balato, Lorenzo Ball. Please stand. Brian Carter, Debbie Chow, Juan Cortez, Eileen Dow, Juan Escobar, Eric Green, Andy Lee, Young Ju Lee, Ramiro Lopez, Jennifer Montiel, Christopher Morton, Tai Yuen Nguyen, Lala Nyazi, Hung Pham. Boy, I'll get it one of these years. Quan Pham, Tony Pham. I wonder if they're related. Frankie Ramovi, Dennis Salamanca, William Daniel Stone, Sandra Stout, and Kwai An Tron. Let's give them a warm round of recognition. Also in the year of 1978-88, Columbus Junior High School had great and wonderful leadership from our assistant principal, Ms. Barbara Gomer. Let's recognize her. Ms. Gomer? Mr. Bill Beck, who was up at 6 o'clock this morning working on this and up until 8 o'clock last night and all this week working on a wonderful graduation. He's in charge. Mr. Beck. Mr. Metzger, our head counselor, assistant principal in charge of counseling. Terry. Mr. Antis, our administrative dean. He's out there somewhere. Barry. Oh, here he is, right over here. Barry. And our two wonderful counselors, Mrs. Pendleton, who was in charge of the 6th and 7th grade, and our wonderful 8th grade counselor, Mrs. Cologne Courtney, right here. Those counselors only have 500 kids to counsel each. School of Columbus Junior High School, by the authority granted me by the Los Angeles City School Board of Education, it is my high honor and personal privilege to grant diplomas to the graduating class of 1988. As we prepare for this, may I ask you to do two things for me. We've stressed all week the dignity of our servants and our graduation. Please continue to have that in your mind as we call off each and every name. We want each name to be heard. We want it to be heard clearly so that their moment of glory will be remembered. We also would like people who want to take pictures, and I know I can see them coming already. Please do not block the aisle, and please do not block the view of these people sitting down. I want you to take a picture, that's fine. Come up, take the picture, and then please go back so that we have a dignified and unencumbered ceremony. And now the homeroom teachers will call off the names of each student, and they will be granted their diplomas.
Andy Lee. Carla Aguilar. Peter J. Lee. Saul Alfaro. Young Yu Lee. Angelica Alvarez. Tina Limmerman. Susanna Andrade. Javier Leon. Cicene Bandit. Milton A. Linares. Hilda Cabrera. Christina Llamas. Maria Cabrera. Miriam Uranus. Gloria Castro. Shia Han Lo. Rupa Dubé. Luis A. Lopez. Marco Garcia. Rene Lopez. Francisco Gonzalez. Tatum Renee Mahoney. Melda Guevara. Scott E. Mann. Sabrina Hamid. Tammy Lee Martin. Paula Nishu. Alicia Martinez. Susan Young Lee. Gerald R. Martinez. Melvin Martinez. Norma E. Martinez. Juana Melendez. Rosa Martinez. Xiomara Mena. Maria Melendez. Ada Francis Rodriguez. Stacy Lynn Melvin. Ramiro Mendoza Jr. Erica Andaman. Jenny Montiel. Lydia Areza. Judith Moran. Leah Gibson. Andrew Abarca. Jose Macias. Errol Graham. Joselito Adan. Paul Maloney. Patricia Aguaniga. Gabrielle Navarro. Vaughn Elena Allen. Mercedes Quintanilla. Anupama Amin. Michael Rankin. Richard A. Angle. Dennis Rice. George L. Astorga. Dana Stewart. Ana Maria Ayala. James Taylor. Tatiana Badala. Enrique Sarah Babe. Tawana Baker. Paul A. Malingat. Lorenzo Ball.
Carolina Chacon.
Shannon K. Bankhead.
Pamela Collins.
Urania Banks.
George Cologne.
Eduardo Barrientos.
Christopher Connolly.
Joy Lynn Bauer.
Gennaro Cortez.
Byron H. Benfeld.
Mark Cortez.
Brenda Brown.
Annette Company.
Justin Dale Bruckner.
Nicole Diane Kraft.
Rishanet J. Skaggs.
Lisa Crockett.
Melinda M. Smith.
Jennifer Crosland.
David J. Stoiferman.
Yolanda Cuevas.
Freddie Solis.
T. Dow.
Robin Stewart.
Irene De Leon.
William Daniel Stone. Sandra Jean Stout.
Chris Dietz.
Jiyoung Sun.
Nick Doe.
Jama Tardif.
Rami El Saleh.
Cody Thomas.
Juan Jose Escobar.
Charisma Renee Thomas.
Charmaine Espinosa.
Travis Thomas.
Antonio Fabrega.
Devin Thompson.
Veronica Fajardo.
Ton Tran.
Francisco Felix. Lavelle Ball. Brenda Lee Fabre. Kara Elizabeth Barfus. Sonia Freericks. Lynn Fleetwood. Maria Esther Galarza. Rudy Guerrero. Alida Gamboa.
You got it on the Zoom? Yeah.
Patrice
I got some real close.
Adriana Hill. Sim Paul Guy. Daniel L. Hoffman. Lynn Stacy Goldman. Randy Mitchell. Sherry Ann Gonzalez. Denise N. Rhodes. Elizabeth Gonzalez. Suzanne M. Shores. Scott Antonio Gonzalez. Marvin Torres. Dylan Thomas Good.
Alicia Ceja. Ka Chul.
James Edward Goujon III.
Juan Luis Cortez.
Brett Lamont Green.
Edgar Davila.
Eric Matthew Green.
Israel Dominguez.
Sean Green.
Francisco Echeverria.
Marlia Griffin.
Jorge Luis Elenes. Patricia Ramos. Samir Francis. Sam Riyad. Hector Galan. Marcus Chad Ryder. Ramiro Lopez. Mike Rodriguez. Jorge Nevares. Marco Rodriguez. Nuria Nejatsi. Marisol Carmen Roldan. Rosa Ochoa. Diane J. Romashevsky. Elvira Aníbal Parada. Roberto Carlos Romero. Young G. Park. Jeffrey S. Roja. Reynald Parmar. Allison J. Sack. Lynn Fu. Dennis S. Salamanca.
Yeah.
Rosana Pena. Adler Salazar.
Hold it just a minute.
Hey, Brandy, when she
Ladies
goes
and
out,
gentlemen,
tell her I'm
you
taking
do
her
recall
home.
that I asked you to
This is
refrain
what-
from
so she can
disrupting
get the
our
tape.
graduation ceremony, and I am not going to accept anything other than that. The cameraman, please sir, would you move from the center? You're in the area where the students are walking. We've spent a lot of time preparing for this, and I want it to be the very best. Thank you.
Alma Ramirez. Ana Salazar. Amalia Rodriguez. Elia Sanchez. Caleb Rodriguez. Leo Sandoval. Danilo Torres. Paul Sasek. Griselda Torres. Leo Say. Jaime Torres. Nicole M. Schindler. Coy Tran. Denise A. Chavez. Noemi Unsueta.
Brandy's in the last room. Where's
Miguel Valencia,
Where's Rach?
Brandon Medica,
Victor Villa,
Carrie Medina,
Vincent Mario Ursini,
Akeisha Milliner,
Ana Vasquez,
Sonny Alberto Monte,
Mary Lou Vasquez,
Clayton Owen Montgomery,
Rosa I. Vasquez,
Kim Lynn Moore,
Eric B. Viches,
Ryan Moore,
Gisela Vialta,
Olga Lydia Marino,
Han Tan Vo,
Christopher Morton,
Charles Warmoth,
Letitia Munoz,
Michael Robert Weldon,
Don McCall,
Leslie Christopher Wellbaum,
Megan McCarran,
Leslie A. Wiseman,
Adam McKee,
Adam C. Whitcomb,
Jennifer Nardini,
Lisa S. Wilcox,
Tran Nguyen,
Jennifer Wood,
Kai Yin Nguyen,
Anissa Woods,
Lila Diazi,
Travis F. Young,
Edwin Nieto,
Ruma T. Yusufzai,
and Mark Norgren.
Rex Reyes Yumul,
Lizette Ortiz, Wesley Birdsall, Zoila Ortiz, Erica Milano, Zelva Osorio, Olga Cristina Ricardo, Terrence Oak, Michael Cannon, Jose Pacheco, Elizabeth Cardina, Erica Padilla, Donald Carter, Damian Page, Ryan Carter, Donald Pamatwan, Pablo Ceballos Jr., Casey Berry, Sylvia Ceballos, Martina Pena, Umberto, Lynette Peterson, Debbie Chow, Juan Baum, Debbie Shalampa, Tony Baum, Lundy Chev, Lisa Philpott, Heidi Christensen, Roy Potts, Juan Chui Chung, Stephanie Porter, Joshua Cohen, Alicia Powell, Shelley Coleman, Yvonne Jeanette Procopi, Deanna Hogan, Griselda Casada, Shy Melinda Cook, Frankie Rahobi, John Michael Coolidge, Mark Roseman, Tricia Duran, Demond Ross, Christina M. Fiorino, Lisa M. Hernandez, Valerie Jean Hetz, Joanna E. Hickman, Rolando Hidalgo, Dong Wong, Adam James Holt, Brandy N. Holzer, Jason James Hosner, Savannah M. Ibrahim, Kimberly J. Jepson, Daniel R. Jones, Cynthia H. Kahn, Devon Giovorova, Nilofer Rashid Khan, Juan Kim, Adam Kinman,
let's really hear it for the graduates. All right. This has been a beautiful graduation ceremony. Many people have worked long and hard to make this such a success. May I recognize them at this time. The custodial staff and the gardening staff. They did an outstanding job. Let's hear it for them. Our clerical staff, they were here all night doing these programs and getting our campus ready. Thank you. The Drama C class, they did an outstanding job this morning. Drama C. Our choir and orchestra class, they did a wonderful work over here. All of our homeroom teachers, thank you for helping this morning. Thank you. And let me put a plug in for Green Thumb because they loaned us all these plants. They've been doing it for 14 years and they've never charged us a nickel. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Green Thumb. And again, I want to recognize Mr. Beck for all his hard work in making this graduation so successful. And congratulations to the LA Lakers as well. This concludes our graduation. All the best to all of you. God bless.
Casey!
Mom and Dad are looking good.